This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the amazing all-in-one website platform that makes starting, managing, and growing your brand an easy and unique experience. More on Squarespace and everything they have to offer later in the video. And we are back, baby. It feels like it's been such a long time since I've been in front of a camera. Oh man. For those of you that don't tune into streams, I've been going through it recently. My dog, my sweet baby boy, my good time boy, my rotten soldier, his name was Chewy. I lost him. Oh man, it's been like, it was during the break week, so I didn't even have like a One Piece chapter to cheer me up, and I've been going through it. I'm not even gonna lie. It's just hard. I'm just trying to find my joy back. Like this video, this is like my third time trying to record this, because the first two times I was just too sad. Like it really just shined through, like beyond the opening preamble, well into the chapter review. Like I was just truly just hurt. So today I'm feeling a little bit better. You know, hopefully this chapter review will be, hopefully this will be the take. Hopefully this will be the take. So without ado, it is so good to be back and in front of the camera. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's go ahead and get it started with One Piece chapter 1120, and it's still Yamato and Wano. That's the cover page. Denjiro is there, and I was laughing at this for a good second because it seems like he's just thrown the children into like a net. Like either it's a comically large butterfly net or it's just like a big sack that he's trapped the children that were throwing rocks at Yamato just for being Kaido's son. The reason I was laughing about this is because it's like I'm trying to put myself into like a similar scenario. Like imagine if my kid is at preschool or kindergarten or something and he's got some bullies, all right? Like what am I gonna do? That's a tough question. You know, you can't fight kids even when they're being assholes. But no matter how I thought about it, there's no situation where like you could just throw children in a net like that. Like if I was walking up to Yamato and Denjiro, I'd be like, why the hell does he have a bunch of kids in a net? Just carrying them over his shoulder too. I'd be like, where'd you get those kids? Where you going? What's going on? But getting into the chapter, the first thing we get is a flashback from Vegapunk's perspective. It looks like it's Punk Hazard 26 years ago. And what I think is really funny about this is that Vegapunk continues to be like the most like, he will tell you to your face if your plan is stupid or if he just doesn't want to be seen with you. I like that about his character a whole lot. I didn't used to appreciate it before because it's like, we always needed help, but I'm starting to realize that the only person I should be mad at is Dragon. Like literally everybody, we've seen their contributions to ending the Celestial Dragon's reign. And Vegapunk, we're seeing more and more of what Vegapunk has been accomplishing. But he's talking to Clover, and Clover reveals that he is a D-Clan member and that his brother also was a D-Clan member. He says that his brother was actually murdered for being a D-Clan member, and the only way that he survived was because he lied and said that he did not have the same initial. But again, what's funny about this is that Clover is like explaining to him, like, you know, we need your help, Vegapunk, and Vegapunk's like, listen, you've been captured a bunch of times and you keep escaping. Why do you think that is? They're trying to flesh out people like me that are smart enough not to be seen with idiots like you. This just reminds me of when Dragon was saying that Vegapunk should help, and Vegapunk was like, why the hell would I put, y'all are poor. I'm fine with like helping here and there, but to flat out join the Revolutionary Army, how would you fund the things that I want to accomplish? Use your head, Dragon. But we do get some emotional dialogue from Clover, and you know, it's reasonable. He's like, how am I meant to accept a world where you can die just for having the wrong name? And it's not wrong for him to ask for help from Vegapunk, but again, likewise, I see it from Vegapunk's perspective. He's like, listen, this, you know, if you had a better plan, I'd be in, but the problem is clearly I got to do everything if I join your crew. The flashback continues, and it looks like it's a little bit later on, because it looks like the tragedy of Ohara has officially happened, and then we see Caesar, the bitch-ass clown. I hate him. I hate him more than anything. I remember when I was reading this for the first time, and because he's laughing at what happened on Ohara. He's laughing at a Buster call. You serious? I hate him. Ooh, I hate him. I hope he comes back into the story just so we can jump him. Then we get some poetry from him, too, because it looks like it's back in the present day, and he's saying that someone once told me that the voices of the past call out to you. History is written by the victors. That being said, their truth can still come to light if the oppressed carry it on their backs and endure. And when he says that line, if the oppressed carry it on their backs and endure, we are face to face with Nico Robin, who is very pained. It looks like she is reliving the tragedy of Ohara all over again. again. So now that sadness is over, we are going back to where the Straw Hats are, and this is when we get, I thought this was kind of funny, honestly. I don't know why I thought this was funny. I think it just caught me off guard, but everybody is getting ready to leave, and just out of nowhere, okay, well, first of all, the bald dude with the sword, he's pulling up on him, all right, so they need to get out of there. The problem is, he's nice, all right? He might be the strongest Gorosei there, so they need to figure out what to do about him. But while they're trying to figure out how to, like, escape while he's, like, hot on their tail, in the middle of all of this decision-making, Atlas just punches Lilith right in the face, like, just decks her, steals on her, just, like, immediately. I just think, like, that caught me so off guard, I laughed immediately. I don't know why. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's especially nothing that happens afterwards is funny, but I laughed. I don't know why. I just, in the middle of that intense situation, because Lilith was helping out too. Lilith was giving demand. She was like, maybe if we do that, let's get all over here. And Atlas is just like, and I love everybody's reaction. They're just like, what? Why did you hit her? So it looks like Atlas is pulling a fast one on York, because if she thinks that Lilith is dead, then, you know, it's just good for her to not have the intel that Lilith is still alive. But then we get a really emotional scene with Atlas, you know, basically sacrificing herself. She says, I'll leave her in your hands. Take off. I'll make sure you make it in one piece. And we don't get her sacrifice immediately, but it just, this panel for me was actually pretty emotional because it became pretty obvious what she was about to do. But she tells the Straw Hats to just get out of here, okay? Again, the issue is they cannot take off and leave Egghead Island because the bald dude with the sword is nice. If they do the coup de burst and he just cuts them out of the sky, they are going to sink to the bottom of the ocean. So Atlas tells them to go ahead and she's going to make sure that she distracts the old guy long enough for them to get away. And that's when everybody just immediately goes with it. I love Jinbei's reaction. He's like, all right, fine, let's go. We can't, like, wait around. If she's going to do this, we have to make this count, okay? We absolutely have to leave immediately. And I just love seeing Jinbei take the helm. It just makes me so very happy. Like, he is very new on this crew, and frankly, he's still woefully out of his depth. He's just, like, every time something happens, I just imagine Jinbei is like, all right, so they are all stupid, but me and maybe Robin, and sometimes even Robin is stupid. But before we continue with the video, we need to have a quick word with today's sponsor, which is Squarespace, an amazing platform that lets you refine your brand or business in a number of ways. And something that Squarespace does exceedingly well is help you create your very own website. Because one thing I love about Squarespace is that their Blueprint AI is amazing. And they even have a really cool drag and drop editor called Fluid Engine. And Fluid Engine is awesome because it makes creating a website that's unique and true to all of your personal needs easier than you could have ever imagined. And even without Fluid Engine, all of the website templates that Squarespace offers are remarkably flexible, allowing you to choose designs between a ton of different categories like restaurants, technology, art, nature and animals, fashion, fitness, food. Truly, whatever you're looking for, Squarespace has a template waiting to make this experience that much easier for you. And you can even use Squarespace as your very own blog if you want to, sharing any photos, videos, or updates for your business whenever you need. And speaking of your business, Squarespace also offers flexible payment options for any transactions that need to take place, from credit cards, PayPal, and Apple Pay. And you can even offer your customers the option to pay now or later. So if you are thinking about creating your very own website but find the process to be a little bit intimidating, please consider heading over to squarespace.com and getting started with a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to this link that's on the screen right now to receive 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. A very special thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video, and an equally special thank you to you for watching this video. And with that, we are back to the show. Zoro tells Brook, go ahead and activate the coup de burst, and then they get out of there. This is when Atlas rushes the bald dude with the sword. She gets her arm cut off, and I just love this shot. It looks like the Iron Giant is still going crazy, and I love this dialogue from the Marines. Like, there's dialogue that's like, okay, so there's a big ass snake, there's a boar, I'm pretty sure I saw a pterodactyl flying around here. What the hell is going on? Like, what are we doing here? Everybody be for real. And this is why I just don't have that much respect for any of the Marines, man. And it's honestly making me appreciate Smoker like a lot more, to be honest, because if Smoker was here, he deadass would just be like, I'm not going after the Straw Hats. Why do you want me to chase after Monkey D. Luffy with all this crazy shit? I don't even know what's going on, okay? There's no way I'm just blindly listening to you in the middle of all this. And aren't we here to sink this government island that we own and kill the world's smartest man? Why? I love Smoker because in Alabasta, he was dead ass, him and Tashigi, like they were making their own decisions. And at the end, Smoker was like, all right, I get it. I still know that I need to arrest you, but, you know, you saved this entire nation when we couldn't, so yeah, I'm not gonna chase you. Go ahead and get out of here. I admittedly don't know exactly to what degree he would be in opposition if he were on Egghead Island, but I know with all this crazy shit going on, he's not going after Luffy. He would be like, well, now hang on. What is all of this that's happening? There's a giant robot over there. I need more answers before I do anything. It is just hilarious. Like, these Marines are openly asking, like, all right, so seriously, can anybody explain to me what is happening? And one of the Marines is like, I I have no idea. And Luffy's still gawking at the giant robot, and this is when something really interesting happens. It looks like the robot can communicate with Luffy telepathically. And we get a really funny ass shot from Luffy because the robot's like, Joy Boy, I am happy we got to meet again. And then Luffy's just like, who the fuck said that? And the giant robot is almost joking, like, over here. Like, obviously, who else would be talking to you telepathically if not the giant robot standing right in front of you? The robot says, I came like before, your enemy is my enemy. I'm glad I can fight for you again. And again, Luffy's dumbass, you can talk? Oh, that's so cool. And the giants are still cheering aboard their ship because, you know, they love the sun god Nika, and just seeing Luffy in his form just gets them all riled up. But they also really like the giant robot. So Dory and Brocky are like, all right, let's go. Hey, Straw Hat, is he your friend? And Luffy's dumbass, not really. I don't know. He was saying something about protecting me or Joy Boy, whatever. Either way, he's not an enemy, so I guess he's gonna like fight for us. I don't know. This idiot, like, I know he doesn't care about Joy Boy or like prophecies or anything like that. Like, that's not in his character. I get that. You should really probably listen to people just a little bit more, you lunatic. I don't know, especially this Iron Giant. He's putting his heart on the line for you. He's literally like emptying his heart, like, you know, I fought with you all these years ago. I'm so sorry I couldn't be for you then, but I'm here now, and we're gonna get you out of here. Luffy's like, I don't know who Joy Boy is. Whatever. You're a cool-ass robot, though. It's honestly a joke that I would write. Like, imagine if this were another anime. Imagine if this was Naruto. Imagine if this is the scene where the Sage of Six Paths explains to Naruto that he's Ashura's descendant. And Naruto falls asleep in the middle of the explanation. Like, that to me is what solidifies Luffy as not only a better main character, but just truly, truly just so much more iconic. Because it's just so much more interesting when you have a character that's like, you know, I don't know, prophecies and shit, that might exist. That's cool. I'm literally just crashing out for a grilled cheese sandwich, though. Like, that is not why I'm here. I don't care about any of the... Maybe I'm the chosen one. I could also be a lunatic. I don't care. You decide. And the giant robot looks like he's moving in for an attack, and it looks like it's about to be like some type of laser attack move. It looks like he's holding up his arm like he's Frankie about to shoot a beam. But... it looks like after 900 years of being just, you know, laying there, it looks like whatever energy source that was powering the robot, whatever attack that he was about to do, it's not gonna work anymore. I love everybody's reactions to this, okay? Sanji and Frankie and Luffy, they're all just like, all right, the robot's about to go crazy. Then as soon as they realize, hang on, there should be a laser coming out right now. Why don't we see a laser? What, are you all right, robot? Robot, look out. And then the Dune sandworm straight up just bites off the giant robot's arm. These old men are just so sorry. They have been trying to stop this transmission for the past like 20 chapters, okay? You remember a couple chapters ago, Saint Saturn was in the lab just like breaking computers because he couldn't find an off switch? That is so crazy. Speaking of Saint Saturn, it looks like the rest of the Gorosei have sent him, for some reason, to go make sure that the transmission actually ends. So that spider bastard has jumped on top of the ship with Dory, Brogy, Luffy, and the others. And he locks eyes with Kuma and Bonnie, and he just starts seething. This is when Sanji notices that the Sunny has made it off of Egghead Island and they are about to start falling, but the bald dude with the sword is still not taken care of. And this is when we get another really emotional panel when the bald dude with the sword is like, so, Atlas, you mean to make a grand sacrifice of yourself? And Atlas is like, nah, I'm just lending a hand. And then Atlas explodes, all right? Like Android 16. It's really emotional, and what I like about this is that Usopp and Chopper immediately start crying, like, we did it, we made it off the island, and it's all because of you, wasn't it, Atlas? And then York, God, I really don't like York, but she's like, Atlas' signal is gone, it finally happened, I'm the only Vegapunk. So the chapter closes out with the giant robot saying, oh my, I have really rusted away. This is the time you spoke of, right, Joey Boy? Can I use it? So it looks like he might be ready to blow himself up, or at least he's got one more attack ready to go, and it's just crazy we still haven't seen everything that we can see from the giant robot. He has really been carrying. I was talking so much shit about the giant robot when he first got introduced, because it's like, you know, it's crazy that no one is mentioning the fact that there's a giant robot just walking around Egghead Island. I feel like somebody other than me should be curious about what the hell is going on there. Really, as soon as they found the giant robot, they should have, like, I'm mad that Luffy or somebody wasn't right there, like, okay, well, can we turn him on? Like, can we please see if this guy can turn on and help us? Like, he's a giant robot. He's got to be good for something, for God's sake. I know a whole murder mystery event happened, but still, I swear to God, I'd still be like, interesting. Can we turn the giant robot on? I'm just trying to see something. And Vegapunk's last words of the well, not the last words of the broadcast, or at least I hope it's not, because again, we've been going for a while. These sorry ass old men haven't stopped it now. I don't think they're ever going to stop it. But Vegapunk says, I'm confident you have all come to the same conclusion at this point. He's talking about Goldie Roger. he says, 25 years ago, the pirate Goldie Roger achieved the unprecedented by circumventing the globe. And so the real final panel of this chapter, this is what I didn't understand quite, and you guys can help me out in the comments. Who the hell are these pirates behind bars? Is this pirates on Hachinosu? Is this pirates in Impel Down? I just know that it looks like they're pirates in jail, or just people in jail. But we have one character that I really thought was like Blackbeard for a second. Then I was like, well, he's not quite as ugly as Blackbeard. But he's got like, you know what I mean? He's kind of got like a rugged, like, I mean, I'm sure that's not Blackbeard, but he looks kind of, I don't know, little suspicious, especially with all the theories that Blackbeard is more than one person. I'm just curious, does this panel hold any significance? I don't know. I haven't watched any videos on this chapter yet. Maybe the Grand Line Review has something to say. Maybe O'Hara or Moores. Maybe someone smarter than me can get a crack at it, or maybe you guys in the comments can help me out. But I don't know. I can't tell why the hell I can't tell why we end on that panel. Like it feels like it's significant, but also like not at all. But that's it for this chapter. So the takeaways from this is, again, the Iron Giant is carrying, but I can't give him the MVP this chapter. I gotta give it to Atlas. That was just awesome. She came in clutch. Like that was a 5D chess play that she did, knocking out Lilith so that York would just, you know, just think that she was winning when she's really not. Like she's not the last Vegapunk. So now, if they do get off Egghead Island and Lilith is either, whether she's a Straw Hat or not, she's aboard the Sunny, so she'll be able to maybe even like spy on York and the different things that she's doing. Like they have like an ace up their sleeve still. But yeah, I don't like York. I don't like York. I think I like her about as much as I like Caribou. I don't hate her as much as I hate Absalom, though. Obviously, he's like up there with Saint Charlos. But I truly do not like York after this chapter, to be honest. But yeah, the MVP has to go to Atlas. That was a really clutch play. I love whenever Oda like makes us say goodbye to a character. It's usually they're like perfectly, like they have a smile on their face, like they're perfectly content with going out this way. But I'm super curious to see what comes of this. I don't really know if I would say, obviously, you know what I always say, like I'm not gonna say that, you know, anybody's joining the Straw Hats after everything that happened with Yamato and, you know, and then especially how long we travel with people, to the point to where it just honestly doesn't matter anymore. Like Momo was with us for years, all right, and now he's the leader of Wano as an 8-year-old. That is insane. Especially with Kuma and Bonnie. Where the hell would they go if not for staying with an Emperor of the Sea? You know what I mean? Like, what island would they go to where they'd be safe? Elbaf, sure. The Shanks pirates might all be deadbeats, all right? I just don't know. I don't know. I can't put my faith in them enough to trust them with Bonnie, all right? I've gotten to know Bonnie a lot in these chapters, and I really like Bonnie's character. I would not feel okay with leaving her with deadbeats. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? Especially when she's had the best father in the entire world, all right? Now, I do think Shanks would protect them, but listen, she needs to appreciate life after everything that she's been through. She needs to laugh. She needs to be with the crackhead and his band of lunatics. She needs to go have some adventures with a bunch of really cool people and appreciate life. But yeah, that's it for this one. Luckily, there is no break next week, so I can't wait for that. You should be expecting a hilarious video within this coming week, and that's gonna be our boy Jimmy Scoops on Whole Cake Island. I'm really excited. I just finished recording that, so it's just up to editing. I'm super excited for that video. I'm super excited, and I really hope that editing that and getting it finished will be exactly what I needed to finally cheer me up and get me back to normal. So yeah, like I said, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being interested, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.